The Government of India has initiated numerous schemes, programs and policies for the development of rural India. The implementation of these schemes needs to be closely monitored for their effectiveness and continuing benefits. It is only the people's participation in these initiatives that can ensure accountability, transparency and the desired results. Social audit is an important tool for involving citizens in the process of development in their localities. It reinstates the true meaning of governance, which should be carried out as far as possible with the participation of all citizens.
हम लोगों ने वर्ष 7-8 में 12 योजनाएं ली। पहली योजना है ग्राम घोसरामा के टोला रानीसराय में धोबी घाट से लेके
It is a process in which details of the resources, both financial and non-financial, used by public agencies for development initiatives are shared with the people, often through a public platform. It was during the implementation of the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, or the NREGA, that social audit was actually required to be put into practice. The Right to Information Act, the RTI, also played an important role in empowering people and making them aware of their rights. But it has to follow an appropriate methodology for social audit to be effectively carried out. Participatory Research in Asia, or PRIA, took an initiative to develop a specific methodology for this purpose. As part of this methodology, a baseline survey was conducted to understand the specific needs and the social, economic and political scenario of the area where the schemes were implemented.
और उनके समाधान के लिए दृढ़ निश्चय होकर आगे बढ़े तो मैं समझता हूं कि एक भी समस्या अपने सामने नहीं रह पाएगी.
Several meetings were held with people to ascertain the grassroots realities and get suggestions from them. This survey revealed complete ignorance and immense resistance by people for social audit at the grassroots level. The deserted government offices and the dust-ridden files pointed towards indifference on the part of even government officials and the elected representatives of Gram Sabhas and Panchayats towards the whole issue. Meera Devi Yadav, secretary of the Itawa Panchayat, was one amongst the few who were found helpless due to the indifference of other officials.
जैसे अब मैं मेरी बात बताऊं, मेरे सोशल ऑडिट हुई थी ना, तो उस ग्राम सभा में मैंने सब विभागों को सूचना दी थी, भाई आपको अपने भी सोशल ऑडिट करवानी है अपने विभाग से संबंधित, लेकिन उन लोगों ने कोई विशेष इंटरेस्ट नहीं लिया. जैसे शिक्षा विभाग है, ये चिकित्सा विभाग है, तो इन्होंने विशेष इंटरेस्ट लिया ही नहीं फिर उस ग्राम सभा में.
Due to the long-standing social hierarchy, women, tribals and marginalized sections were found to be most vulnerable to the immense resistance from the elected representatives, higher authorities or government officials. Any initiative taken by these marginalized people to assert their rights was generally suppressed by higher and more powerful quarters.
हमारे यहाँ जो स्कीम वगैरह चल रहा था, तो जो ठेकेदार वगैरह होता है, वही लोग मतलब उसका पूरा जानकारी रखते हैं, सिर्फ वो किसी को ज्यादा कुछ बताने नहीं चाहते हैं. तो बोले हम लोग इसका सोशल ऑडिट करेंगे. तो फिर सूचना का अधिकार में एक एप्लीकेशन दिए. तो आके अब मेरे बाबूजी को समझाने लगे कि आपका लड़का देखिए हम लोग के पीछे पड़ गए वो. तो बोले कि उनको बोलिए, समझा दीजिए कि ये जो एप्लीकेशन दिए हैं वो अपना वापस ले लेगा. मैंने उसको ही पैसा कौड़ी के पेपर में उसको समझाया कि कुछ इनको चाहिए, मैंने क्या चाहिए आपका लड़का को. तो हमने बोले कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मुझे ये गांव के लोगों को जानकारी चाहिए.
The need of the hour was to remove all apprehensions, fears and hesitation from the minds of the people and clear the smokescreen about the different aspects of social audit. As part of the environment building exercise in the state of Rajasthan, Community meetings at several villages were held.
सरकार ने निर्धारित की है उन मात्राओं के आधार पर क्या पोषण बन रहा है, कितना खाद्यान्न गवर्नमेंट से आ रहा है और कितना खर्च हो रहा है, इन सबका भी अपने को लेखा जोखा होना जरूरी है। और आगे बात की जाए शिक्षा पर, तो विद्यालय का परीक्षा परिणाम क्या रहा?
The elected representatives of these blocks were also trained through an orientation session to enhance capacities and develop required skills. They were also educated about the changing concept of governance, accountability, participation and citizenship. Similar environment building exercises were done in the state of Bihar near Pawapuri at the Ghosrama and Durgapur villages. Due to the strong caste-based social structure in these villages, a strong and sustained environment building exercise was needed to ensure the participation of the marginalized section in the process of social audit. Colorful and simplified posters were stuck at public places to educate and arouse curiosity in people. Pamphlets on social audit were distributed to sensitize people on the subject that was new to them. Several small community meetings were held to build a rapport with them and make them understand its relevance and familiarize them with the methodology. Women, Dalits and other marginalized sections were encouraged to participate in these meetings.
तो मजदूरों से भी मेरी बातें हुई, उन्होंने कहा कि जो भी काम हो रहा है सही ढंग से हो रहा है, सही भुगतान हो रहा है। उसमें मैं अब यह जानना चाहूँगा कि जो यहाँ पर मजदूर ने काम किए हैं योजना में, उन्हें मजदूरी का भुगतान हो गया है।
शांत रहिए। एक योजना पर हुआ कि पैसा मिल रहा है,
Some meetings also saw few clashes and conflicts amongst the people who had to be pacified by senior members. But all this indicated a more active participation.
The word audit has given people an impression that the sole purpose of this exercise is to find faults, particularly faults related to financial matters. So a lot of social audit has got entangled in chasing corruption without necessarily taking a full view of whether the project was implemented properly, did it address the needs of the people in the manner it was planned.
मैंने अभी प्रश्न किया था कि नरेगा से जो काम हुए हैं रानीसराय में, उस संबंध में पूछा था। ऐसी संभावना है, ऐसी बात हो सकती है कि पंचायत समिति से काम हुआ हो और किसी फंड से काम हुआ हो और ढंग से काम हुआ हो, वहाँ पर कहीं कहीं इस तरह का लीकेज हो, तो लीकेज हो तो यह ग्राम सभा या आम ऑडिट यही मतलब रखता है, यही मतलब रखता है कि आरोप प्रत्यारोप हो, लेकिन उसमें जो खामियां है उसको दुरुस्त किया जाए।
A Gram Sabha is a large body and hence there was a need to form a small group or a committee to conduct vigilance and monitoring on behalf of the Gram Sabha. Under the supervision of the village Mukhya, the Gram Sabha set up the vigilance and monitoring committees. Interested and motivated individuals who could act as citizen leaders were encouraged and invited to be part of the social audit committee. Women and members of the marginalized sections of society were also included in the committees. The next step for the Vigilance and Monitoring Committee was to collect important data about various ongoing developmental projects from the records and registers that were maintained by the panchayats. The committee members then set out in the field area to personally examine and evaluate the status of various ongoing developmental projects. They checked the different aspects of work at varying stages to evaluate its effectiveness. They assessed both the quality and the quantity of work. Accessibility of basic health facilities, including the availability of doctors and medicines at the primary health centers, was also checked. Also, under the committee's scanner were the availability of clean drinking water and food security schemes. They visited Anganwadi centers and schools to assess the quality of the nutrition provided there and the midday meals, along with the process of its preparation, quality, quantity, and timely deliverance. The committee tried to verify the completed works and the workers engaged to work on it for each job. A proper compilation and analysis of the collected data was done. An effective mobilization of the Gram Sabha determines the extent of participation. Extensive publicity was carried out for the Gram Sabha meetings. Men and women actively participated in the publicity as preparation for the meeting. A date that was suitable to the local people was chosen to ensure maximum attendance. Handmade posters were prepared by citizen leaders informing them about the date, the time, the venue and the agenda of the meeting. The news about the meeting also travelled through word of mouth. Now the people were confident, informed and more willing to participate. This could be seen as the first sign of the people gradually owning the initiatives taken for them. People also gathered in large numbers to take part in the Gram Sabha meetings. They wanted to know more about the developmental initiatives in their area and their role in it.
वर्ष 7-8 में आपको 13,32,300 का प्राकृतिक राशि का योजना बना था, लेकिन 5,45,000 का भुगतान हो सका। बाकी काम अभी अधूरा है।
दवाइयाँ कितनी राशि की कब प्राप्त की? सरकारी सप्लाई द्वारा दवाइयाँ प्राप्त की सरकारी मापदंड अनुसार 698 मरीज जो है वो दवा लेते हैं और 39 जिन्होंने भर्ती मरीजों की संख्या दी है, यानी यहाँ जो डिलीवरी हुई है वो इस पीरियड की है 40। एएनएम द्वारा टीकाकरण 114 किए गए। राशन की दुकान का खुलने का समय और वितरण का समय निश्चित नहीं है, यही समस्या है ना, आगे नोट कीजिए आप।
The information collected by the Social Audit Committee was shared with the common people in the Gram Sabha meetings. Details of the funds and the shortcomings were also revealed. People had many questions and complaints. By this time, they were neither shy nor hesitant. Women who till now took a back seat started speaking fearlessly, assured of their rights. They even took center stage and openly voiced their grievances. They not only spoke of village problems in general, but were also outspoken about the inadequate health services and the malfunction of the education system in their localities. But this is not the end of the road. Only proper follow-up can ensure that the benefits of the social audit reach everyone. A comprehensive report of the proceedings of the Gram Sabha meeting, along with the social audit findings, was also shared with media organizations and sent to the district and state level officials. The state government level officials, checking the status of the action taken, can be extremely motivational and encouraging for the officials at the village and panchayat level to perform their duties in a timely manner.
I would hope that the process of social audit becomes a more holistic process which engages both elected representatives, government officials and citizens to discharge their responsibility towards making governance more accountable. And it is not restricted to one or two schemes, but it spreads horizontally to all types of services and programs.
Social audit can thus be seen as a tool of empowerment for common people. It brings about transparency, accountability, and a sense of participation in governance. And finally, it is a process by which citizens establish an ownership of the developmental schemes and programs initiated for them.